It's funny, we spend so much time thinking about the big brands we use every day, but we rarely think about the hidden companies that actually make them work. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the biggest, an invisible powerhouse that's probably inside the vehicle you use every single day.
So, let me ask you a question. When you get in your car or hop on your bike, who do you think really built it? You're probably thinking Maruti or Tata or Hero. And yeah, you're right, but that's just the final name on the badge. The real story is about who builds all the pieces, the building blocks, and that's a much more interesting tale.
For a huge number of those critical parts, the answer is this company right here, Uno Minda. They are, without a doubt, one of the most important players in the entire Indian auto industry, and yet most of us have probably never even heard of them. So let's dive in and see what makes this hidden giant so incredibly powerful.
Okay, so to really get what Uno Minda does, I want you to imagine something. Think of them less as a factory and more like a massive, exclusive superstore for the world's biggest vehicle brands. Right, so this isn't a store for you and me. It's a B2B operation, which means their customers are the big guys. Companies like Hyundai or Bajaj. They go shopping at Uno Minda for all the essential, high-quality components they need to assemble the vehicles we end up driving. And wow, just look at what's on the shelves. The sheer range here is just incredible. We're talking about the very heart, eyes, and brains of a modern vehicle. From the headlights that light up the road and the horns that keep you safe, to the alloy wheels, the smart sensors, and even the core components for the next generation of electric vehicles. They've got the whole shebang. And this really brings it home, doesn't it? Their work is literally everywhere, hiding in plain sight. So the next time you're in a new car and you admire that sleek taillight or you push a button on the dashboard, just remember, there's a very, very good chance an invisible giant named Uno Minda was the one who actually made it. So, how does a company become that essential? Well, it doesn't happen overnight. It's all built on a foundation of trust that's been decades in the making. You have to earn your place in this industry. And their history really tells the story. I mean, they were founded way back in 1958. That's over 65 years of building relationships and proving their reliability. And look at the scale today, more than 76 factories and a team of over 37,000 people. This isn't just a company, it's practically an institution. All that history and scale has earned them a client list that is, well, it's a who's who of the auto world. It doesn't matter if it's a bike, a car, or a massive truck. The biggest and most respected brands on the road all count on Uno Minda's parts to build their machines. Now, you might think a company that's over 65 years old might be kind of stuck in the past, right? Well, with Uno Minda, you'd be dead wrong. They are jumping headfirst into the single biggest shift in mobility we've ever seen, the electric vehicle revolution. And what's so smart is how their expertise just naturally evolves. Their skill in making complex switches, that turns into building advanced sensors for EVs. Their leadership in lighting, that's the perfect foundation for sophisticated driver assistance tech. And on top of all that, they're adding totally new stuff like EV batteries, motors, and chargers. They are literally building the bridge from today's cars to tomorrow's. And they are absolutely putting their money where their mouth is. Pumping 4% of your total sales back into research and development, that is a massive commitment. That's the kind of investment that keeps you on the cutting edge, that ensures you're not just keeping up with the future, you're helping to build it. All right, so all this innovation, trust, and history sounds great, but does it translate into a strong business? You bet it does. Let's take a quick peek at the numbers, because they tell a really clear story of a company with some serious momentum. Just look at this year-over-year growth. Revenue is up, core earnings are up, and profits are way up. You don't need to be a financial expert to see that all the arrows are pointing in the right direction. This isn't just a stable company. This is a company that's firing on all cylinders. But it's not just about growth. It's about smart, efficient growth. And that's where a number like this, ROCE, comes in. In simple terms, this tells you how good a company is at turning the money it invests into actual profit. And let me tell you, a number close to 19%, that is incredibly healthy. It's a sign of a really well-managed, stable business. So we've seen what they do, we've seen their history, and we've seen that the numbers look great. But let's zoom out for the big question. Why does this invisible giant actually matter to all of us? It's because when you put it all together, you realize Uno Minda is so much more than just a parts supplier. They are the backbone of India's entire auto industry. They're driving modernization with smarter, safer tech. They're creating the essential parts for the EV future. And they're providing tens of thousands of jobs. They're the trusted foundation that all the big brands build on.
It just goes to show you, doesn't it? The most powerful and important companies shaping our world aren't always the ones with their names on a billboard. And that leaves us with a pretty cool question to think about. What other invisible giants are out there, quietly hiding in plain sight, building the world we live in every single day?